Probably shot a Rockefeller hover. Now I go to war like a soldier. Yeah. Plus they tried to count me out, thinking that it's over. But I got to fight. Rocky Balboa. Yeah, I got to fight like.
So welcome to part 2 of this week's vlog. Today we're not driving an old Cobra and an old Porsche. It's going to break down and spill oil everywhere. Today we're driving 2 Lamborghinis and a Bentley to JM Imports to go and see the build progress on the Aventador twin turbo. We're also taking the JM 850 Hurricane to get the Mac dialed in a little bit better on the gear changes. So yeah, today's going to be a good day. Some heavy metal at JM Imports. The drive is going to be sick.
Victory, 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 like tried to get to me. I know I fell down, but I'm gonna stand back up. Yeah, I'm going hard in the 12th round. Probably shot a Rockefeller hover. Now I go to war like a soldier. Yeah, plus they tried to count me out, thinking that it's over. But I got to fight. Rocky Balboa to fight. War, yeah. Life at stake. Whoa, yeah. What can you take? Yeah.
So we've just arrived at JM Imports. This is where the Aventador is being twin turbo. This is where my Hurricane's staying to have the map dialed in. And I think we're potentially going to have a conversation about taking the supercharger off the Hurricane and strapping another 2 turbos to that as well, because Jason wants to buy my supercharger and it's just going nuts. So let's go and see what I want.
Yeah, I know that this life is going to hit you and make.
The lads at home have got no idea about any of it.
Yeah, so obviously the Aventador, you can't get them on a twin turbo model. It's going to be the first one in the UK. Obviously we've never done one before, but we've got plenty of experience. We're going to show you around the unit. Obviously we've worked together before, so you know what we can do. The first thing is take the back end off, fabricate 2 custom turbos, make sure they're in the right location. Once we've got that master and fabricated to perfection, if you like, then we've got to start playing with the ECU as well, which is another challenge that we've got because no one's.
So we've got to stay stock ECU for now.
We're going to have to, yeah.
And Cybex's going to put one in development for us.
Correct, yeah. So that'll be the first.
So bar the turbos and the fab work, what else has got to be fitted to this car?
Clutches, I don't know on the box on the Aventador what it can take, so it's a case of putting the dyno and seeing what the limit is. When it starts to slip, you might have to change the clutches eventually, but again, we're in the unknown and obviously you like doing stuff
crazy,
that other people haven't done, so we've done it before in cars, so we know the process of how to do, where to stop, so we've just got to go for it really, just see where we'll get to.
Okay, the reason obviously I bought the Aventador here, even though it's never been done in Europe before, is because you've done so many of Europe and the UK's first builds, so just give us a bit of gen on what you've done that was the first on other vehicles here.
So the first thing we did was in 2010, I imported my GTR in 2008, and that was the first 1000 horsepower GTR in Europe back in 2010. Like no one had done that, so obviously we done that first. We also did the first Hurricane as well, twin turbo, back in 2017. Again, no one had done it. It was literally like a 1-year-old.
And that car now has been running for 3 years.
3 years, solid.
Stock box.
20,000 miles, stock
engine.
Stock clutches, stock engine. It's now going to go 1800 horsepower.
You're forging it and stuff?
Yeah, forging it, and we're also doing the billet gears now as well.
Right, okay.
That was just happening on Friday.
Okay.
So,
and then, talk to me.
And then we did I believe you just bought the car.
Yeah, so the supercharged Hurricane.
That was the first one as well in the UK.
That was the first one in the UK, probably Europe as well, and it was done here at JM.
Mclaren as well, we're doing the first Mclaren with a forge engine, hybrid turbos, and that's in the process now.
The Jun, tell us about the Jun.
So the Jun runs, it's a full street car, runs 2000 horsepower, it does 100 to 200 in 2.4 seconds.
100 mile an hour to 200 mile an hour?
100 kilometres.
100 kilometres an hour?
200, yeah.
To 200 kilometres?
2.4 seconds.
In 2.4 seconds, wow, okay. And what's the crap with that car now?
So because people want power, you know, everyone's going levels. We've got a customer out there which will show you an orange GTR. We've just done the first customer 2000 horsepower GTR. We as a shop have to
beat it.
Yeah, obviously we could probably just beat it now, but it's like customers are wanting more power, so we're going 2,500 with
2,500
horsepower. Full street car.
Full street car, so that means the seats are in, the audio's still in, tyres are still road tyres, and it's 2,500 horsepower on the road, which is just ridiculous. So we're going to go and have a look around the garage, we're going to go and have a look at my Aventador, we're going to go and have a look at Jürgen's twin turbo Hurricane, the first forged Mclaren, the first 2,500 horsepower GTR, the first 2,000 horsepower road GTR that they've done. There's so many firsts of the first here that we're going to show you guys and go and have a look around now. So JM Imports.
And I think Chris is going to display an Aventador as well, GM 800 that we did.
Right, so there's a 800 horsepower Aventador here which has been tuned here and the exhaust done here.
All done in house,
Everything done here.
Yeah.
So we're going to see that performing on the dyno as well. Now obviously mine should be 1,000 plus hopefully. So seeing an 800 horsepower one should give us some idea of how it's going to sort of pull on the dyno and stuff. So let's have a little look around.
Let's show you around.
Yeah, sweet. So yeah, last time I saw this car, we was at 10 of the best, which if you don't know what 10 of the best is, it's a runway drag strip, quarter mile, half mile, top speed, handling sort of thing. So what was the car power wise then?
About 1,800 horsepower.
And it's now sitting at?
2,000.
So it's 2,000 horsepower now, and this was the first car over here
in Europe, yeah.
In Europe to become 2,000 horsepower.
It was the first car in 2010 to come over 1,000 horsepower.
Yeah.
It was the first car for 2,000 horsepower as well.
And now you go.
Now we're going at 2.5.
So that car is a road car, and it's going 2,500 horsepower.
Yeah, this year.
Full audio system, leather seats, electric seats, and it's going to be 2,500 brake.
Yeah.
So that's the Jun.
Yeah. I've had this since 2008. Yeah.
So you bought it over from Japan, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then this is the JM Hurricane. So this is what first gave me the taste of proper Lamborghini power, which is what maybe by Steve's car, and which is what made me drop the Aventador off here to have it twin turbos. So this car is running
about 1,100 horsepower.
1,100 horsepower. It's been running that for 3 years on a stock box.
Stock engine.
Stock engine.
Clutches. It came with your first few can runs as well, didn't it?
Yeah, it came with the first few runs. Yeah, absolutely. That car was like stupid fast, like stomach turning quick, like equivalent to probably a 1,500 horsepower GTR. Explaining this in simple terms, just so you guys at home are watching and don't understand power figures and stuff.
Yeah.
Comparing this to a standard Lamborghini would be comparing a standard Lamborghini to a Vauxhall Vectra or a Vauxhall Astra. Like it would just leave it standing and go past quicker in reverse. So that's the Lambo.
Yeah, it's fast guys. So something like this would literally just pull up next to a normal Hurricane, and it would be like you just side by side, like someone just turned the engine off at 70 mile an hour and it's gone. So that's how quick it is. It's hard, obviously. I smile when I talk about it because obviously I enjoy speed, you know. So, but yeah, it's really fast. We're actually going to go faster as well because we've got like Jay coming and wanting similar power to this, and as a shop we've got to have our cars going faster. So yeah, puts a smile on your face.
So last weekend obviously we were filming at the Cannon Run headquarters in the snow. Chris came over in his Aventador DMC, and this is one of Chris's other cars, so it's been brought to JM Imports. Obviously Chris is part of the Cannon Run family, and you know, we try and keep it in-house, and he's now decided to go 900 horsepower.
Yeah, so again, this is a car we haven't ever worked on before. We're going to take the turbos off, do a set of custom hybrid turbos. So if anyone who doesn't understand what that is, it's just the original turbochargers on the car. We're going to modify them, put bigger wheels on to make more power. Basically, that's the layman terms of hybrid turbo, if you like.
And is there anything else needed to bring this to 900?
Again, because it's a new car, we hear a lot about the Mclaren engines being quite strong. Literally all we're going to do is put a Cyvex ECU on the car and then tune it on the dyno and make it about 900 horsepower.
900,
so
okay.
It should be quick.
Obviously, as you can see, what else have we got in here? We've got a Toyota Supra there.
Yeah, we've got a RS2 200 rep, we've got a Toyota Supra, we've got a 800 horsepower 34, which is obviously my car. Sierra Cosworth, which is customers. We've got an old Skyline, one of mine. We've got another.
What's that Skyline? What model is it?
It's a C211.
C211.
Yeah.
What year is that car?
1979.
1979 Nissan Skyline. That's just unbelievable. Let's go and have a look at the main room where all the work's done, because I've got some very special bits and pieces now.
Let's go.
So show us what's around in here then, and that's Buzz's car.
Yeah, so I'll start on the left. So this is a GM 1100 horsepower car.
Yeah.
We built that 5 years ago. We're just literally just refreshing the turbos. So it's a 1100 horsepower daily car.
Daily.
Can you believe it?
Daily.
This one's 1700 horsepower.
That's Buzz's car.
Yeah. So he had a little incident with on his arch liner when it caught up with fire. I don't know if you
saw
remember.
that.
Yeah. So we're just basically repairing that and making it tidy. This is Ricky's car from Living Life Fast.
Living Life Fast.
So we're doing a collaboration together. I think it's going to be about 1800 horsepower.
1800.
Yeah.
Not messing, is it?
Nah. This is going to be about 2200. This one does about 1800 horsepower. And this is the first McLaren in the UK that's going to be forged. So there was an issue with the engine and that.
Compression dropped on it.
Yeah, correct. So it came in with a damaged engine. So
basically, just in case you don't understand what it means when the compression's dropped, something's not functioning correctly inside the engine to give it maximised power. So that was corrected first. Now it's going
means kaput.
Yeah, bigger turbos. Now it's going bigger engine, forged. First McLaren in the UK and Europe to be forged.
Customer was kind of forced in a way. Like it was a case of like you need a new engine.
Yeah.
So if we're there, why don't we just, rather than put standard components inside, why don't we just forge it and make the first forged McLaren?
So and then do more power than anyway.
At the end of the day, it's going to add value to his car.
So just explain to us what forging means, because a lot of people viewing won't know.
So forge is basically aftermarket pistons and rods. So it's stronger material, so you can take more power, strength, whatever you throw at it. Detonation levels can be increased. Well, you don't want to be actually putting more detonation.
So inside a normal engine, you've got pistons, you've got rods and a crank.
Correct.
And so what you're changing on that
pistons and rods. So it's just for stronger ones. So you can obviously increase the power. Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Okay. Obviously on the way up, you saw us in the supercharged Hurricane, which we've just bought. We've just had a conversation with Jason outside, who owns the green Performante. He's actually going to be buying the supercharger off my car, which you're going to fit.
Yeah.
And then we're going to bring the car back and have it twin turboed. So the Hurricane convertible that we just drove in is going to be the same power-ish as the JM Hurricane, which is a twin turbo one. And then we'll have twin turboed everything. Twin turboed Aventador, twin turboed Hurricane, twin turboed. I'm going to twin turbo my Nan.
I presume you sold them that on the way here then?
Yeah, just done it now. Just done it now. Do you want to buy my supercharger, Jace?
Yeah,
love it, yeah. Right.
So yeah, this is the main workshop. This is where we do all the work.
It's where the magic happens. Let's have a little look at the dyno room.
So basically the dyno is where you can strap the vehicle safely, because these kind of cars you kind of just go out on the road and change obviously stuff on the ECU and
So it's a safe environment where you can do virtually a road test.
Especially with the cars we've got now. I mean, we've got 2,000 horsepower cars, and this is where we do all the live data tuning and calibration. We can't really do this on the road now.
And this is a dyno jet.
This is a dyno jet, yeah, which we believe we bought from you.
Yeah, you did,
back in 2017.
Back in 17, it was purchased from us. And just explain what power it can deal with and what it actually measures.
Yeah, in America, there's a company called ETS. They've done like 3,000 wheel horsepower.
Okay.
So
on one of these dynos.
Yeah, on one of these. Yeah.
So we know that. So we know it'll do 2,500 horsepower.
Yeah.
Then. Okay.
So yeah. So we haven't had anything that high. I think that car there was done 2,000.
So that's the highest. Well, no, the John will be the highest now.
We didn't do it because it moved a little bit and we got a bit panicked. So
okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we didn't do it. We didn't actually. So he actually's got a higher horsepower figure than I have.
Okay. We've got to change that.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll show you, and that's how we met, wasn't it? Because of GTRs.
Nissan GTRs, yeah.
So this one's the first 2,000 horsepower customer car, which is like a pretty good achievement, because back in the day, 1,000 horsepower was seemed to be like not reliable, something you shouldn't be doing. So now we've got the levels where a customer can enjoy like a 2,000 horsepower car on the street, which is just madness when you think about it.
And are the turbos still in stock place on this?
Yeah, stock location, so nothing's been modified like with the chassis, so everything's in stock location, which means for the viewers watching, it means like obviously on my GTR, my turbos are here, which are at the front. This one just sits in the factory location.
So nothing's been changed with the chassis?
Yeah, correct.
So what are we actually looking at in the bonnet?
A 4 litre stroker engine, again, what we discussed before with the Mclaren, so it's got billet crankshaft, billet conrods, obviously forged pistons, everything's been changed, intake plenum, it's got 12 injectors, bigger intercooler. I mean, this guy spent a lot of money in this car.
So normally this car would have 6 injectors.
Correct.
Because obviously it's a 6-cylinder engine, yeah? Which means it's got 3 pistons on one side, 3 pistons on the other. What's the benefit of having 12 injectors?
It needs more fuel to get this power, so you need to give the car more fuel, because it also runs ethanol as well, so you need 30% more flow. So we'll have to have 12 injectors.
So just for people that don't know what ethanol is, it's something that you add into the fuel, yeah?
Yeah.
So basically makes the octane higher and be able to produce more power through the engine. So
you can run more timing, basically. What it means, you can give it more boost, and it's actually a cleaner fuel, believe it or not. So
just reiterate as well, this is a road car.
Yeah.
This car is not built for the track, it's not built for the drag strip, it's not built for rallying or racing or anything like that. It's literally an everyday road car, and it's 2,000 horsepower, which is just mine's going 1,000 horsepower.
If you go in Europe as well, you'll see, obviously you do a lot of can runs, you see ethanol on the pumps. Obviously we haven't been lucky enough in the UK to get that, but we prefer running the cars on ethanol because they make more power and it burns cleaner.
Yeah.
So
safer, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's safer for the car as well.
Okay. So how much money in modifications is in this car?
This customer spent, I would say, £100,000 just on parts.
So 100 grand
just in parts.
Plus the car.
Plus the car.
And the car is a 2019, 18?
It's a 2017 car.
So 2017 car, the car you probably would have bought
He came here as a stock car, and he went out in a 600 brake GTR, 800, and he just got hooked. you kept seeing, it's pretty much like you with the Hurricanes, like go faster, faster, and this is what happens, you know. So yeah, 1,000 horsepower. That's where he was supposed to be, and he changed his mind, went to 2,000.
So just to give you an idea, I'm going 1,000 horsepower, which is phenomenal. Your average car that you see on the road today is probably between 200 and 300 horsepower. I'm going 1,000. This is 2,000 horsepower. That's just another level. No one in the UK is playing with figures like this at all. JM Imports have bought the levels. That's why they're working on the Lamborghini. That's why we use them, and that's why we definitely wouldn't go anywhere else. Yeah, if you look just to the right hand side, that's my baby. So that's the Aventador. It's been sent up, obviously, as you heard in the office, being twin turboed, which means basically we're going to be upping the power phenomenally. So it's going to be a much quicker car than standard Aventador would be.
Yeah, we've got one of your turbos here.
Let's have a look at the turbo.
Yeah, precision turbo. Obviously it's all sealed. I like to keep them in the box so they don't get dirty, you know. So we're ready, but we've got one of the turbos already here.
Okay, so basically we're going to be putting 2 of these onto the vehicle. This is a precision super turbocharger, and obviously with 2 of these fitted, it's going to bring a lot more power. So that's basically one of the turbochargers, which is going to be being bolted to the engine of the vehicle, which is on the exhaust manifolds, which basically just puts more pressure through the exhaust and gets the car spinning up quicker and producing serious power. So precision, JM,
Forced induction.
Yeah, forced induction coming through the engine, which, like we said, it's the first one in Europe to be built here in the UK. There's some been done in the States. There's nothing been done this side of the pond at all. So again, it's another first for JM Imports and the Cannon run again. So yeah, amazing stuff. Let's just have a quick look at this Aventador that's on the dyno.
It's a standard Lamborghini that came in. We did a full custom fabrication exhaust. If people don't know what that means, it means we put an exhaust system that you can't buy on the shop, so we had to make it here ourselves. So that's what we did. Stainless steel, we just designed it ourselves, made it ourselves, and we tuned it to about 800 horsepower.
And what's the benefits of having that?
It's just louder, looks good, pops flames, gets a bit more Instagram followers, you know, people like that sort of stuff, you know.
So
everybody loves a bit of flames.
We're going to see this car actually run up on the dyno, so you'll get an idea of what the dyno does, what a Lamborghini can do, the size of the flames that will be coming out of it, and
the sound's just phenomenal.
So
Like
yeah.
you can't beat the sound of a V12.
so we're going to get this car ready, we're going to get it up to temperature, and then we're going to show you exactly what it can do.
So you bought this of Steve now then, I take it?
I have, yeah. It was a bit of an impulse buy. I didn't really need another car, but it was too good to be true, so I had to snap him up on it.
Yeah, it's a fast car, isn't it?
But putting into perspective, me and Jason accelerated on the motorway, and this Hurricane pulled away from this Hurricane like it was against a standard Audi road car. So
Yeah.
obviously your Hurricane would do that to my
this.
Hurricane, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Which is why we've just decided to now rip the supercharger off, sell it to Jason, and strap 2 turbos to this one as well. So we're going to have twin turbo Hurricane Spyder, twin turbo Aventador Roadster, and they'll be sitting with JM's twin turbo, everything that they've got.
Yeah. And by all means, this is not a slow car as well.
No, these are 630 horsepower.
Yeah. These
standard.
are the levels of how fast these cars are. You have to be in them to see how quick they
Oh,
are.
it's ridiculous. It's stomach turning, man. But yeah, let's have a look at this other Lamborghini on the dyno. that's it. I'm not coming here again. I've been here for an hour. The supercharger's being ripped off the Lambo. It's going twin turbo. That means the Aventador's going to be twin turbo. That means the Hurricane's going to be twin turbo, and the F12's going twin turbo. Just don't come to places like this if you've got a bit of money and you want to leave with the money that you came with, because it's just impossible.